It's 4 p.m. Can start. Hi, everyone. Welcome to JuiceFS Office Hour number 4. So it's wonderful to see you all here again. I'm Rui Su, co-founder of JuiceFS. I just returned from CorporateCon and Cloud Native Con in Atlanta. If anyone in audience also attended, please raise your hand. So for just joining us for the first time, JuiceFS is an open source cloud native file system designed for high performance and flexibility in the cloud. As I mentioned in our previous sessions, we offer 3 editions to suit different needs: the community edition, the enterprise edition, and the cloud service. In our last office hour, we covered the basis of the open source community edition. So today we are shifting our focus to the JuiceFS Cloud Service. This edition is designed for teams who want a fully managed enterprise-grade experience without the hassle of maintaining their own metadata engine. It offers a high-performance metadata engine, seamless scale in the cloud environment, and a flexible pay-as-you-go model that grows with your business. Today's session continues our hands-on workshop series. We want to show you exactly how easy it is to get up and running. We'll start with a quick overview, compare the cloud service with the cloud community edition, and then we'll dive right into the practical steps: setting up your environment, configuring JuiceFS, and running benchmarks to analyze performance. Just a quick reminder, if you can't stay for the whole session, don't worry. The replay will be available on our YouTube channel shortly after we finish. All right, let's go to demo. I'll hand it over to Qing Jiang, our JuiceFS engineer. He's going to guide you through the setup process and show some real benchmark. Qing, the screen is yours.
Thanks, Su. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the JuiceFS Office Hours. So today's session, we're going to do a quick introduction of our cloud services and also a briefing demo of its capabilities. So essentially, the cloud services is a managed metadata service, so which offer the enterprise feature like high availability, disaster recovery, advanced access control, and monitoring. We also offer the technical support for our cloud services. In fact, I'm and one of the support engineering. So we support our cloud service customers, and I think one of the things I would like to mention is that the data is still yours. So you provide your own bucket with your access key. So you own your own data, and we only manage the metadata service, right? So that's the so-called managed metadata. And if we go back to our previous session about the open source edition, you can see this the 2 diagrams. On the left is our open source edition, and on my right-hand side is the cloud edition. So you can see the architecture is very similar. So actually, if you look at the upper section of the diagram, they essentially the same. So you have the client, which is connect to the data through the Fuse compatible interface, which is available in Linux, Windows, Mac OS, and other operating systems. And we also have Java and Python SDK, as well as the CSI driver. So you are able to using JuiceFS in a Kubernetes environment. and we also have S3 gateway. So in the upper section, the client side is the same between the open source and the cloud services. The main difference is actually on the lower left. It's the Meta engine. And if you look at our watch or attend live on our last office hour, you may notice there's a step to set out the meta, and say, okay, the meta is essentially a Redux instance over there, and we also support like MySQL, TypeKV, and other type of database as meta. And in our cloud service, we actually using a proprietary meta engine, which is optimized for the file operations. So you probably know that looking a file in a very deep folder is much different than a like key value or even a SQL query. So the meta engine in the cloud services is optimized for file operations. In fact, according to our old data, the meta engine is like 10 times faster than the one using in open source, which like a Redux or some SQL database over there. So it's high efficiency meta engine. And they also have other nice features built for enterprise. For instance, for the cache. So the open source version support the local cache, which is very useful. When you visit a file over and over, you don't have to go to the S3 bucket to download the file over and over again. You can using a local cache. You can look at your cache disk to see if that object is already in the cache disk, and then evaluate from there, right? But there's a like limitation of the local disk, because you can have a couple hundred gigabytes or even several terabytes of local disk, right? But it could not expand to a very large capacity, and most importantly, you could not share with other clients. So for a typical distributed workflow, like you have a fleet of like several hundred clients, right? They all need some sort of data from your file system, and they only stored the cache in their local disk and could not share with each other. And in our cloud service, we actually have the so-called the distribute data cache, which solve that problem by allow the clients in the same cache group to share the cache with each other. So it can easily to kind of construct a very large cache capacity, like several hundred terabytes altogether. And then all the numbers or clients in the same cache group can read from those the caches. So it's a much efficient to share the cache between a large fleet of distributed workers in a typical machine learning workload over there. So it's a very nice feature, and it's only available in the JuiceFS Cloud Edition, right? So, and there's many more enterprise features like the capability to do the mirror and some advanced quota control, traffic control, and access control features. So there's a documentation in our official website. You could take a look. And I would like to go back to the Meta engine again to show you the capability of the proprietary Meta engine running in the cloud service. So you can see it's like a Raft group as a built-in high availability setup over there. And we also offering the monitoring UI, so you can monitoring the performance And we also do, like security, automatic backup. And again, it's 10 times faster than the Redux or other, metas, which is only support in the open source version of JuiceFS. Right. So that's the meta engine in our cloud services. And this is a list of feature by feature compare of our SaaS offering versus the community edition. I'm not going to go through them line by line, but you can see there's lots of enterprise features offering in our SaaS offering. Right? So when to choose the open source or SaaS, I think it's like it's according to your needs of how you can going to use JuiceFS in your particular user case. So if you want like zero operational overhead, automated backup, monitoring, technical support, which is important, and you may considering using our SaaS offering. And by the way, we are actually ongoing this SOC 2 compliance. Hopefully, we can get it done before Christmas. So the source 2 is essentially auditing our internal process as well as the security feature of the SaaS services. So it's a very nice compliance framework, and we are ongoing to get compliance. Okay, so that's the briefing of our SaaS offering. And next, I will give you a quick demo. Okay, to also use our SaaS, it's easy. You go to the JuiceFS.com and you can click console. It will bring you to if you don't have an account, do a quick request. I'm strongly encourage you to do the multi-factor to secure your account, right? And then you can log in. Currently, it's acting. Then I can go ahead to create a file system. Get this bigger. And you can always referring to our documentation for all the all the features or how to to finish some of the task and even some performance optimizations, things like that. Okay, so this is the documentation. And you can also ask AI about certain features, right? So we are using LLM to help to understand your question and give you a straight answer while you're using our cloud services. So let's go back to the console and go ahead to create a file system. We give it a name like Office Hour 04. So like I said, we support not just AWS, but many other object storage vendors. And we have actually documents to cover how to connect to those object storage endpoints. For this demo, using AWS, and select my region, which in Oregon. And this is the trash expiration. Is we have the trash being asking this customer ask for it. It's like I just delete your file accidentally and I want to recover. If you in object storage, a little bit tricky to recover a file you already delete, right? So we have this trash capability. Then you can delete your file. It's actually in trash can. You can stay for like this, like for instance, 7 days. So I can just go back to restore the file right in the UI. So you don't, it's a really handy feature over there. So I can go ahead to create this value. Okay, and then if you go down here, so we can pointing this volume to the bucket, right? So this is the H3, and I already create a bucket here called JuiceFS OH01. So I copy the bucket name, close this out. Okay, this is a bucket name. This is the name of the value. So this two can be different. And that's it. That's the setting in the UI to create a value, and you can start to use it. And then we just go to install the client to be able to use the file system. Okay, so this is the URL to install. Actually, this is the command line to install the client side. So I already have this this machine ready to use it. So make sure you are the root user, since it's a file system. It's better to as root or sudo to finish all your file system setups. So I pasted the command here. It will download the JuiceFS command line. So I give the create version. This is the latest version of 4.2.18. Then I go ahead to mount the file system, which I just create in the SaaS UI. Okay. So the command copy. Okay, it asks for the token. So by the way, the token is like an add-on to your further control to do the access control. So you can create a so-called the read-only token, or the token with certain other limitations. I will get to that later. But I can, so for this demo, I just copy the token as generated by the system. Okay, this is an important part. It actually asks you for the access key and the secret for the bucket. So like I mentioned earlier, we are the managed metadata SaaS offering. So we manage the metadata, not your bucket. So you have fully control of your bucket, and the Juicy data don't have access to your bucket. So that's why whenever you mount a value you create in our SaaS website, you need to provide the access key and the secret, right? So I already have that access key and the secret pre-populate. So let me just go ahead to copy the key and the secret. Okay, the mount is finished. Let's go ahead to touch the file. Okay, so actually I can start using the file system. And if we go back to our SaaS UI and look at the file system, you can see the files here, right? So you can have the trash and show the details of the trash system. We actually have this, trash life cycle. So you can, keep the trash for several days and then put into a waiting queue and eventually delete the object in your bucket, right? And then we have this monitoring UI to essentially monitoring the metrics, relevant metrics like the data size, number of anodes, cloud operation throughput, things like that. So you can have a single pane of glass to look at the performance of your file system, right? And the clan tag is actually showing you how many clients are currently using your file system, right? So, for instance, you have hundreds of clients. You may want to, filtering out, to look at this particular client's, performance, right? So you can do a search. Yeah, you can do a search on your clients, and you can click one of the clients to look at the client's permission, how many files have been opened, and again, we have this distributed cache group. Several clients can be in the same cache group, and they can share their cache, and then improve the performance of using the file system by leverage the distributed cache. Okay? And also you have the usage, like the the size you are using for this file system, and then we go to the access control to create, for instance, the access tokens, and you can have this whether it's read, write, or read only, and what's the subdirectory restrict. Now this one is actually useful. Like you can restrict. Okay, this token can only allow to access a particular path of your file system, right? You can all setting through this so-called the access token, and even restrict the IP range to use that token. So it is another tier of access control and security offered by our SaaS solution, right? And other bandwidth settings. You don't like this particular client to be consume lot of bandwidth of your network, and you can have these settings here. So it's meaning for like more management, more control behavior of the usage on your file system, if you are using our SaaS offering. And also the quota is essentially doing the same. You can create a new quota and apply to control the file system with more gradual sense, right? And we go to the settings. That's the page we are coming from. So you can enable your backend object storage here, and then setting the mirrors, the security thing, and the POSIX ACL here. Right. So the SaaS offering just essentially manage the metadata for you, and then offers an enterprise the features over there to be better control for the file system, and very easy to set up because everything is is web based, right? So, but for the client side, it's essentially the same, right? So you can go ahead to do a bench. Like last time we demo on the open source version. And then if you look at the cache, because we do the bench, we actually delete the file, but the file is not going to delete in the object storage. The first they go into the trash can in the JuiceFS SaaS UI that you can see here. Then you can select to restore some of the files if this you are delete by mistake, right? Okay, so that's concludes the introduce and demo of our SaaS offering. And I think we are going to open for the questions. So any questions?
I forgot to turn off the mute. Good. Thank you, Qing. Don't forget to revoke your secret in the demo. That was a fantastic walkthrough. It's always great to see the benchmark results in the live and understand how the cloud service handles those workloads. So as mentioned, we'll publish in the reply on our YouTube channel. So if you missed anything before, make sure to subscribe so you can get a notification. Today we focus on the cloud service edition, which is perfect if you want to out of box and maintain a free experience. However, if you have a strict requirement for on-premise deployment or private cloud, remember our enterprise edition offers same high performance feature and better is full control all over your infrastructure. And if you aren't sure which edition fit your current stage, feel free to ask here or in our select community. Now let's move on the live Q&A. Please post your question in YouTube chat or Slack channel or whatever. We'll read them out and answer them right here. All right, I think that's all we have for today. Thank you everyone for joining JuiceFS Office Hours number 4. We really appreciate you spending your time with us to learn about our cloud services. If you found this workshop helpful, please subscribe on our YouTube channel so you won't miss our future sessions. We are planning more deep dive and hands-on demos coming up too. Also, if you haven't already joined our Slack channel, it's a great place to chat with your team, connect with others, and get help with your specific use case. And of course, follow JuiceFS on LinkedIn or X for latest updates, user stories, and event announcements. Thank you again for being here and have a great evening. See you next time in JuiceFS Office Hours. Bye.
See you. Bye-bye.